Hello everybody and welcome back to this brand new video. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna learn Photoshop. I'm gonna teach you everything that I know about Photoshop, and I'm gonna teach you all the things that I used to teach in a private center. And if you're hearing a fan sound, I'm sorry, it's like 40 degrees Celsius outside. Alright, I'm gonna turn it off, but if it's get hot, I'm gonna turn it back on. Right, so first of all, when you open Photoshop, this is what you're gonna see. Right, you're gonna see here it says drag or drop a file if you want to start. So if you want to start from a picture that you took or something like that, you're gonna drop it in here. If you want to start from scratch, you're gonna click this new file over here. Just click on it. Right, and here is the most important thing we need to talk about. Right, if you are making a thumbnail or stuff like that, you need to go to film in video. And here you can choose the quality, like HD or 4K or whatever the quality of the thumbnail you're making. If you're making a print or a photo or an illustration, you choose, right, the exact dimensions, and you choose the type of the work you're gonna do before you even start doing anything. So if you're making a thumbnail, you're gonna go to film in video and choose the quality. 1080p is the best. 1080p 2K, that's perfect, right? Because the pictures that you take in your phone, they're 1080p, exactly 1080p. If you took the 16:9 aspect ratio and you put it in the 1080p, this option, it will fit perfectly. Right, so in here on the right hand side, here we have the preset details. Here you give it the name of your project. Let's call it project 1. Right, then you choose the dimensions of that project, and here you can choose inches, centimeters, millimeter, whatever you want. Right, here is a tip. If you're designing something in real life, if you're designing a poster or a flyer, if you're designing handouts or whatever you're designing in real life, you design it in millimeters, because when you give it to the printer, they use millimeters, not inches, not centimeters. I don't care about USA. They use their fancy ass, shitty ass feet. They use feet to measure stuff. I don't care about USA. I care about real life, right? In real life, we use millimeters. But for the sake of creating this stuff, we're gonna use pixels, inches, and stuff like that, so we can learn. So we're gonna keep it in pixels, and we're gonna make it a square. So 1920 by 1920. Let's make it a square. Perfect. Here you have the resolution. How many pixels per inch? Right? Do I have any design here? Let's take this as an example, right? How many pixels per inch can you fit in this paper? The more pixels per inch you fit or you create, the higher the resolution, but also the higher the size and the more load you give or you put on your PC. Also, think of it like your screen, right? If you have a big screen, let's say a 32-inch screen, but it has, I don't know, like 400 pixels per inch, it means every inch of that screen, it has only 400 pixels. The quality will not be great, right? So we're gonna learn this stuff as we go along. And here we have RGB. You can either choose RGB if you're color grading and doing stuff. If it's gonna be in the internet, it's not gonna be in real life. If it's gonna be in real life, you choose CMYK, which is cyan, magenta, yellow, and what is K? I forgot what K is, but I'll remember. All right, with time. So just hit create and let's create our first design. Right? These yellow stuff that you see here, these are guidelines. Right? Anything outside it over here in this space is the margins, but we don't care about that. So we're gonna hit Control H to hide that, Control H to bring them back, Control H to hide them. We don't really care about that. So I'm gonna try to explain a lot of stuff, but explain it really fast and not go into a lot of details, because I don't want to make the video too long, and also this is just an introduction. On your left side, this panel over here is your tools. Right, you have the move tool, you have your brush, you have your crop tool, you have your stamp tool, color grade, you have your tools. On the right side, here you can choose the colors, right? You can choose the layers, the channels, the path, and stuff like that. So the left side tools, the right side you have your, I can say, your workspace, so to speak. And on the top you have your mix of both worlds. You have tools like for selection, for sky replacement and stuff like that, and also a lot of other things we're gonna learn along the way. So let's start with shapes, because shapes are important. Let's start with shapes. So for shapes, we're gonna come here to this square, and if you right click it, as I did, it will show you have the rectangle, the ellipse, the triangle, polygon, star, line, and custom shapes. So let's start with the rectangle tool. Here you can either choose click and draw and drag, sorry, to create a rectangle or a square, or you can just click and you can put on the dimensions that you want. For example, 600 by 600, it will give us a perfect square. If I click again and choose, I don't know, 1000 by 600, it will give us a rectangle. Is it a rectangle? A rectangle, yeah, right? And if we want to move shapes, we hit V. V is this is the select tool, right? It's also the shortcut V. So if I hit it, I can move things around the way I want, right? Perfect. Now let's delete this. We have our shape. If you want to change the color of this shape, we're gonna go to the right side, not this part but this part, the appearance tab. And then we have fill and we have stroke. Fill is the color of the inside of the cube or the square, or call it whatever you want. Here you can choose red, white, blue, right? Choose the color that you want, hit OK, and it will change the color. Right? Let's remove the color. You see this, what's the name I'm looking for? This border, right? It's the fill. And you can change the color of your fill. For example, let's make it yellow or golden. As you can clearly see, the color has changed. Let's zoom. All right? The color has changed. And of course, this border, we can make it thick and we can make it thin. I like them thick as, okay? So to make it thick, you just come here where it says 1 pixel and you can increase it, right? Either change the number from 1, you can type, for example, 12 or 21, or you can, type in the number that you want, or you can use the slider. Just click the little arrow and you can change using the slider, and it gives you a visual representation of how thick or how thin it will be, right? Like this. Okay, let's give it back its color and keep it like this. This is beautiful. Now we're getting somewhere, slowly but surely, right? Do you see these 4 dots in each corner? These 4 dots are for changing the borders. If I want my borders to be like this, okay, I don't think you can see, but you can change the border roundness. You can either change it from here using these dots, or you can change it from here using the appearance tab. As you clearly see, we have the borders here, right? Just click on it and you can choose the borders that you want. For example, if I choose this border, I just need to scroll down and you can choose the roundness of the borders. For example, as you can clearly see here, it gives you a visual representation of what you see. And of course, you can go all the way until you make this square, square cut. Or you can lower it to make this shape, right? Do you see this chain here? If you remove that chain, every corner becomes separate. You can change it on its own. And you can create shapes like this. Let's keep this one at 0, this one at 0, skip this one at 61, and also this one at 61. And yeah, we can create shapes like this. And if you want, let's make this one 90 and this one 90. As you can clearly see, we have this shape. So this shape does not exist in our shapes tab, but we can create it, right? So the beauty of Photoshop is you can create the shapes that you want, right? And we can do stuff like this. We can change the size, but also I'm gonna unlink this one and we're gonna make it like this, and we're gonna make the stroke a little bit smaller, sorry, like this, too small, right? And now we have a place to put our name or to put, you know, a presentation or something like that, right? Or it can be just like a decoration. To duplicate this one, we have two options. Either hit Control D, you know, come here to the layers, hit Control D, and it will. Am I tripping? Okay, I think Control D does not work. I think it works in another time. So to duplicate it, we have two options. Either click and drag it to this plus, or just click this plus and it will duplicate it, as you can clearly see. I choose the wrong, god damn it, I choose the wrong layer, I'm sorry. Just click and drag it to this plus and it will duplicate it, as you can clearly see. Or the easiest method, just hit Control, keep hitting Control and drag it. Okay, it's not Control, it's Alt. Yeah. Okay, Control is in Canva. Here you hit Alt. Just hit Alt, and when the mouse becomes that shape, click and drag, and it will get duplicated. Right? Yeah. So it's very normal for me to forget stuff, and it's very normal for anyone to forget stuff. You know, I didn't use this in a long time because I'm using Canva, because I'm using Linux. Right? I think 11 minutes is more than enough as an introduction. This was today's video, ladies and gentlemen, a quick video showing you how to do this. If you enjoyed the video, if you enjoyed today's video, please drop us a like, comment down below in the description section, and we will continue, inshallah, in the next video. Peace.